Back in 2020, we heard from a company named Medalist Sports. They're based out of Georgia, and they do a lot of competition races. They had worked with our CEO, Chip Cherry, in past races in Georgia, and they knew that Chip was a get stuff done kind of guy. So they said, Chip, we've had this city kind of fall out. They can't do the race anymore for us, and we're looking for new cities that could host the U.S. Paracycling team for various races. Would Huntsville be interested? So Chip said, let me check, and he did, and he checked with various city agencies to see if we could put this together in a short amount of time. We could pick some different dates. We could, get everybody, get all the wagons together, get everybody circled up to do this. And he found out that yes, we can. So he said yes, and that's how we got into it. We have done different types of races since 2020. We've had ones with just the U.S. team and individual athletes from America. In 2023, we had a World Cup, which brought in international athletes, and this will be a World Championship. So there's only been one World Championship for UCI hosted in the United States in the past. We are going to host a UCI Paracycling Road World Championship. And every year, in the off years from the Paralympic Games, you have the Olympics and the Paralympics every 4 years in the same host city. Most recently, they were in Milan Cortina for the Winter Olympics and Paralympics. In 2 years, they'll be in LA. So in the off years, UCI, which is an international governing body for cycling, they host the UCI World Cups, which are in 3 cities per year, and then they have a World Championship. So those athletes who race in the World Cups, they earn a certain number of points, and then they go, the ones who win the most races and earn the most points make it to the World Championships. So we will be hosting the World Championships for 2026 with the ones who win the 3 World Cups. The course will be in Cummings Research Park, where we've hosted these in the past. It's a great race course because you can close off Cummings Research Park for the most part. You can close off all the inroads. You can block traffic from getting on the course. And so you can make that a safe race course. And you can also, over a holiday weekend, which was when we'll be hosting this, companies can ask their employees to kind of work remotely if they need to do some work, as long as we give them plenty of notice, which we are. And we're going to raise awareness in the community too. So Cummings Research Park is a good option to have this over a 4-day time period. And we have a lot of planning underway for it already. They know us as a very proactive city. The UCI, Union Cycliste International, which is who we're working with to host this race, they have been here for the World Cup, and they say it was one of the most successfully executed World Cups they've ever seen. And they host most of their races in Europe. They saw how we took that challenge on and addressed it here, and they knew that they had to come back to Huntsville to have this race. And we're very proud of that. We are very excited to have these athletes here again. It's a big challenge to hold an event like this, but we are happy to do it, and we are excited to do it, and we're excited to welcome them here again. So they've seen what we can do in the past, and they've asked us to do it again, and we're very honored. September 4th through the 7th, it's Labor Day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And we do it over a holiday weekend because for this championship, we need 4 days of racing, and we need to close off Cummings Research Park for 4 days. So that's why we picked the holiday weekend. But we really encourage people to put that on their calendars and keep those dates open to join us, whether it's for 1 day or all 4 days. The first 2 days will be time trials. Those are races where people are racing against the clock. They leave every minute. They come out of the gate every minute. And they're racing against themselves, but they're racing against a ticking clock. So that's called the Race of Truth. The Sunday and the Monday races are the road races, and they are more exciting to watch. So you're going to see, riders leaving the start line at the same time, and making it around the course together, drafting off each other, competing for the lead spot. Those can be more risky races, but they're a lot more exciting to watch. So the road races, Sunday and Monday, are the ones we really encourage people to come out and watch. HuntsvilleParaWorlds.com. We have that site up and active now, and we're going to continue to add to it. Teams are checking out that website to register, but for people who are watching this, we encourage you to go to the volunteer section where we have different volunteer needs that are listed. You have course marshals, which is the biggest need we have. These are people who are situated around the race course in different spots, and we'll communicate with you ahead of time on where you'll be positioned. But you're there to make sure the course stays safe. You're there to make sure no debris gets in the way of the course. You're making sure nobody crosses over when racers are coming. You're there to keep that course clear as they go through and as they race. We have some hospitality volunteer roles and food service when they're eating at Athlete Village. Athlete Village will be situated at Hudson Alpha. It's a great spot to have it, and in their back parking lot we will have tents with all the various teams, and there'll be like a food village where they'll go and eat, and you can help serve food to them. They're super friendly. It's a fun way to meet the athletes and see all the different countries that will be represented. The best way for you to get close to the athletes is to volunteer. I really encourage people to sign up for a volunteer role, especially in hospitality or food service. You're going to see them come through and eat throughout the week, and you can help serve them as they come through the food line or help them at their tables, and they're just a real friendly bunch. They love to share about their sport, and they love to hear about your connection to their country. So if you're Irish, I have Irish heritage myself. I love meeting the Irish team. The Great Britain team is very friendly. They're great advocates for their country and for their sport, and they love Huntsville. They love the welcome we gave them, and they look forward to coming back. You know, we live here in Huntsville. We want everybody to come out and root on Team USA. The athletes you will see at this race are working to qualify for the LA 2028 Paralympics. So in 2 years, many of these athletes will be representing us at the Paralympics. So you'll see some faces you saw in the past races, and then you'll see some new faces who have recently come to paracycling. So we encourage you to come out and look, cheer on these athletes, and then look for them in 2 years on the network TV channels when you see them in LA. Team USA is a big fan of Huntsville. They love coming here. They love the Rocket. They love the Southern hospitality we give them, and the international athletes do too. They love the welcome that our community gave them in 2023. 30 to 35% of Team USA, they're US veterans. Some of them were injured at war. Some of them were injured in a motorcycle wreck or some kind of wreck stateside. But they are fast, they're fierce competitors, and we love the welcome that our community in Huntsville gives them. In 2023, it was over Memorial Day, and on that Monday morning, we had our senior commander from Redstone Arsenal come out, and he gave them like a big pep talk right as they were getting ready to race. So not just the U.S. athletes, but all of our allied countries who were there on the start line. You saw them getting ready, and he gave them a good pep talk. It was really nice to see him come out. He was really friendly, and he got them fired up. We expect about 400 athletes from about 45 to 50 countries, and we're starting to hear from them. Some have been here in 2023, some are familiar with Huntsville, but we will get a lot of new faces as well. There's about 5 different types of cycles that people will see in the different categories. You have the traditional 2-wheeled bicycle, you have hand cycles, which are 2 different types. You have ones that are reclining, where people power with their hands, and then you have others where they're kneeling and their knees are strapped in, their legs are strapped in, and they're powering with their arms. You have tricycles, which are tall trikes, not the ones that children ride, but ones that adults ride. They're very tall, they're high off the ground, and when they turn in those trikes, sometimes a turn can be kind of tough, so they have to make sure they don't tip over. So they're very strategic when they take the turns on those tricycles. And then you have the the bicycles for 2 people, which are called tandem cycles. And the person in the front is sighted. The person in the back is blind or mostly blind. And they need that person in the front to be their eyes. So that's 4 legs powering that cycle, which is pretty fast. Those are the fastest bikes on the course, the tandem cycles. The Ireland teams are very good at tandem cycling. So I love seeing the different types of cycles. They're based on the person's disability. So you might have, with the hand cycles, you might have someone who's paralyzed from the waist down or who is an amputee. With the kneeling cycles, they might be on a cane, they might have one leg that's amputated, or they might have some type of disability that makes them, they all qualify for the different types of categories. With the tricycles, you might have an athlete who has a traumatic brain injury or a balance issue, and they ride that tricycle because that third wheel gives them extra balance. And we talked about tandems as well. So with the cycles, you'll see categories 1 through 5. You're going to see a lot of elite athletes competing at the highest level. They are competing for the rainbow jersey, which is the championship jersey through UCI. So they compete in these World Cups. They're competing for the rainbow jersey, which has the stripes on it. After each race, or after each categories of racing, we'll have medal ceremonies where you have the bronze, the silver, and the gold medalists. And those can be for individual or for team relays. You'll see different countries competing. So say you have Italian heritage or Irish heritage, you will see your country here. For the most part, you're going to see Germany, Japan, Sweden, Italy, some of the South American countries, Mexico, Canada. They will all be here racing on the course, and these athletes are phenomenal, and they love to talk with people. They love to share about their sport. They're going to be staying in hotels in and around Cummings Research Park and at Bridge Street. You're going to see the athletes, for the week or two preceding the races. You're going to see them out and about in the community. You're going to see them practicing on our roads. We really urge safety. We're going to have a lot of safety information going out. But we encourage you to talk with them, ask them questions about their sport. They're very excited to help people learn about what paracycling is. And these are the best of the best who are coming for this event. The benefit to the city, I think it's a wonderful opportunity to show our community a different type of sport they may not be familiar with, and different type of athletes. These are elite athletes. They're at the top of their game. But we have learned in the past few years hosting these that many people don't know what parasports are. There's a lot of different parasports. This is just cycling. But the more awareness we can raise here about the different types of sports that are available to people with different abilities, we find that the community loves to see these athletes compete. It's a great way for them to get involved and volunteer and give back and be inspired. You're going to come to these races and you are going to leave inspired. And you're going to say, wow, that is amazing. I'm so glad I was able to be part of that. So we are really encouraging lots of people to come out and be part of the races, either as spectators or volunteers.